I'm here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We are the United States of the world. We're an emerging nation. Been around for about 3 years, putting in some really solid foundations, and we're on the verge of exploding growth now in our economy through various different propositions, industries, if you like, within our community, and also from third-party plans outside of our community. We are in a position now to start generating some real income, which will benefit all our citizens. So who can be a citizen? Anybody. We are the United States of the world, and we welcome people from every continent, country, colour, class, creed, gender, background, financial status, educational level. None of it matters. We are a non-separatist community. That means we don't pigeonhole people on superficial differences, whether you're fat, thin, old, young, bald, hairy, whatever, it doesn't matter. We just see everybody as human beings. We recognize that every human being is totally unique and so has something unique to bring to our community. And so everybody, every member of our community is therefore of equal value. Okay, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'll be heading over there in a moment to see what's going on, because we get most of the comments over there. I see we've got Lewis in from Portugal already in the YouTube there with his comments saying hi to everybody. So I'm going to head over now to Facebook. And when I get there, I'm going to turn off my speakers as well, just so that we don't get any feedback. When I get to Facebook, right, I'm going to look for We Share Abundance Publicly group. And when that comes up, I'm going to be looking for the 26th of April, when it almost at the end of April. This this weekend is a bank holiday weekend in the UK, May Day bank holiday. I don't know why we suddenly got a May Day bank holiday. We never used to have one, but it was instigated a few years ago. It was always a big thing in Russia. They have May Day parades with all their arms and things, don't they? But we've moved from traditional holidays. We used to have Whitsuntide, and we don't get that now. We get May Day instead. Okay, let me to expand, and I will bring our comments panel up, ready for any people that are watching in Facebook to say hello and let us know where they're from. We will be starting in a moment in our normal fashion, which is with a little short prayer. That is there to help us all find true happiness in life. What everybody seeks is happiness. That is everybody's goal, even though most people don't recognize that. They think their goal is to have more money in the bank, pay off their debts, to have a new car, to buy new shoes for the kids, to pay their college education, all sorts of things like that. But the underlying current is to make you happy, to make everybody else happy. Everything that is done in life has that motive. It's to try and bring happiness in. And you can't buy that. Don't matter how much money you've got. It may take away some of the stress that you have for paying the rent or the bills or whatever else. Utility charges in today's world, they've gone up amazingly. But it won't necessarily bring you happiness. You may get short-term pleasure out of the new car or the boat or the plane or whatever it is that you buy. But you'll always be looking for more. You'll always want more because there'll be an emptiness inside that needs filling. And you see so many people that are really wealthy, and they're still searching for something else. They're still, I need more power, I need more companies, I need more. And it's because they haven't learned that true happiness can only come through loving service to others without the thought of reward. And the great thing about being of service to others is that it naturally attracts everything that you want and need in life to you. So if you make service your goal, go out and try and help as many people as you can in as most valuable way as you can, ignoring the thought of reward, and you will find that your life will be so much happier, and all those things that you wanted will start to manifest in your life. They'll come to you. And we have, who else apart from Lewis from Portugal? We've got Norman from Doncaster, UK. Um, we've got Richard from Devon in the UK. We've got Kingsley from Manchester in the UK. And we've got Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. And she says, I was on the wrong day. The wrong day? Um, I don't understand that anyway, but there you go. Today is what, Wednesday, isn't it? I got my car back today. Been without a car for a week, but it's back now. A little old Vauxhall Corsa we have. So we are mobile. You need a car where we live, believe me. Well, you don't, but it's much more convenient if you've got one. Right. We will get started right now with that short prayer, and then we've got a little affirmation that helps us maintain that non-separatist ideology that I talked about for our community. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, each member may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member, that they may attract into their life everything they want and need, bringing them true happiness. Amen. And the little affirmation we have goes like this: we are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Norman says, we've all done it, Deborah. Well, I never know what day it is anyway, so, but days are all the same for me. I have the same pattern. I get up early because I'm more effective in the morning. So I like to get as much of the morning as I can. So I get up early, and then I do my meditation and affirmations and all this sort of stuff. And then I get to work as early as possible, usually 5 o'clock, maybe as late as 6 o'clock sometimes, depending on how long I spend in meditation and stuff. And then from 6 till 12 is when I get my best work done. I'm getting jaded after that. I'm going downhill fast in the afternoon, but I keep at it and I get various things finished. But we're here to let you know what's going on with development. We had a meeting today with the team. I'm pretty sure we will be placing the order with them, but we've still not got everything fully tied up in terms of what everybody expects from everybody. But we had a good meeting today. We went on for about an hour, and we were discussing the interface between the game and We Share Abundance, and how we're going to work everything. And it's quite exciting, really, because people are going to be able to come and play the game totally free. And it can be anybody. They don't have to be a member of We Share Abundance or anything like that. And they can accumulate points playing the game, and out of all the people that play every month, there will be a winner. And that will give us an opportunity to reward people that come and play the game in some way or another. Exactly how, we've got ideas on, but um, we'll wait until we get things going. People playing free can only play one game a day, and there will be limit of. I think we're going to start with just 5 questions. If you get 3 wrong, you're kicked out anyway. So you get asked a question. It might be, what's the uh, deepest ocean, or something like that, and there'll be 5 possible answers, and you pick the one that you think is right. And if you're right, boom, you go on to the next question. If you're wrong, you get a strike, and you still go on to the next question. But 3 strikes and you're out. And we'll be limiting the free game to probably 5 questions. And the reason for this is that the game itself is simple. The rewards are extremely good, because you can win an awful lot of money. But the complexity of the game is in making sure we have a unique question with 5 plausible answers for every game that's played. Well, not one unique. I mean, it's going to be a minimum of 5 in just the free people. So you only need 100 people playing a day in the free section, and that's 500 questions a day that you need to have that will never be used again. So you've got to pull it in more and more and more. And as we grow, we'll be needing hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of questions um, on a regular basis. And that is the challenging part of what we're putting together. I think the one game rule helps us in that we're not using up as many questions on the free side, and limiting it to 5 questions on the free side, but we'll still have that competitiveness there, and people will be able to win something on the free side. They will have to register, so that we um, be on the record of them, and they have the potential to upgrade, and it will all be linked into We Share Abundance. If they want to upgrade and pay in the paid side, then they can play as many games as they pay for in a day, whether that's 1 or 100, whatever they want to do. But that will put them into the prize pool as well. And if they win 7 games and consecutive games, then they'll progress through the levels with each game. 7 games progressing through the levels. Um, they'll win over $30,000 in total. Um, and that payment for the games will come through our dashboard. So they'll be joining We Share Abundance. They'll be exposed to everything else we have. They don't have to participate in anything else. It's optional, as it is for all our members. Nobody has to get involved in anything they don't want to be involved in. But it's all there. It's all laid out in front of them, and so it's getting all that integration and everything sorted out, because the code that the game is produced in is different to the code that we use. However, we don't need to mesh the codes, because all we need is to pull certain information out, who's won, for example, and the database will be the same style of database. So it's achievable, and we've got a lot going on there. But there's a few things that need tweaked. They have already delivered some updates. I've not had a chance to go through them yet, and we'll be getting another meeting maybe Friday, Monday at the latest, and we'll hope that we can get everything sorted out and the development started either Friday or Monday. When I say get everything sorted out Friday or Monday, the development perhaps won't start for a couple of days after that while they get all their ducks in a row. But it's quite a big team. We have just in the meeting, there's about 8 or 9 or 10 people from the team in India with all different skill sets, and they're all needed to produce what we are going to make as exciting as possible. And this will only be the first game. We will have more in once we get off the ground. So it's getting very exciting for the Fun Miracles site. We will be placing the contract, and I'm pretty sure with this team, within a short while. I'm not going to give a specific date, but it is imminent. And then they're looking at about 3 months to complete everything. And then we've along the way, of course, we've got to approve things and make sure that things are the way we want. They'll perhaps be making changes to the graphics, all this sort of thing. It will be a wonderful boost to our economy. I've not been in touch with ROI Tips. I know that they're in the Facebook business thing, whatever they call it, the meta business thing, doing things. I'm not pestering them at this stage. They know what they're doing. Once they've got it all sorted out, we'll be just going through reviewing it, making sure that it is totally compatible and congruent with what we are doing and selling, and then the campaigns will start running for the Turnkey Cash Cow members, and that again it'll be of enormous benefit to the Turnkey Cash Cow members, because they'll be getting cash into their pockets, wallets, purses, whatever, from the sales that we make. But there will be, of course, revenue for the community as a whole, and the more revenue we have, the quicker we fill the liquidity pools. The quicker we fill the liquidity pools, the more we can release for the members, get them the loans paid off, and get the and people that have bought nest eggs paid out. Um, and then there will be a slight revision to the pools, um, and that will then enable us to also have people with the ability to um, take money out of the Welsh Builder side. Will controlled flow still, but it will be significant enough to help a lot of people, especially in third world countries and the places that are really struggling at the moment, apart from the UK, where costs have really skyrocketed. I suppose it happened all over the world, but uh, in places like Venezuela and Suriname, where we have a lot of members in both of those countries, an extra few dollars is going to be a big impact for them. The same in lots of African and Asian countries as well. So it's all coming together. We don't have a definite timeline because we don't know what's going to happen. We have ideas of when things are going to be available. Like I say, the developers say it's going to take them 3 months to get this game completed, with all the different assets and the department. But it's our game once we've got it. Like everything else we have, we own software for it. We own the coding. We own everything that we have. None of it is third-party licensed or anything like that. Everything that we have is owned, and it will be a great asset for us going forward. That not just the game and and everything else, but everything that we have that we've built over the period of time that we've been through the rebuilding and restructuring, it'll all come in and its value will be immense. Okay, we have also, or Devian has been also working on various things, but um, they're not things that you're going to see any major changes. One of the things that I've neglected, and I looked at it today, and that is the leaderboard. And I don't think we paid any prizes out last month. So this month we'll be paying out for 2 months on the leaderboard. And I know we've got somebody with 20 points in the leaderboard this month. That means they'll not only get a Beyond Infinity package totally free, but they'll also get a $50 payment into Vortic United. I'm really happy with Vortic United. It's an amazing plan, and it really is sound, and it's something that I feel everybody should have a piece of. Now I know we've got our 10K club that won't start paying out to the members of the 10K club. I think it's the 5th of July when we hit that 32nd or 34th week or whatever it is that we are then in a position to start paying out, and then the payments will come, and that will enable everybody to get their own account as well, or boost their own account, or do whatever they want with it. I mean, it's their money, but I strongly believe that everybody should be in Vortic United, and compound it and get it up there, get it into a $10,000 plus account. It will change your life. I believe also that the information is of the same value. The difference, of course, being that you get into Vortic United for $50. Incomation, you're looking at a minimum of $2,000, or give or take a few dollars. You can get in for maybe 950 or something like that. But not 950, 1950. So you're looking at 2,000 or 3,000. But if you put in 2,000 in, you get a $100,000 account. If you put in 3,000 in, you get a $200,000 account. So you've got twice the leverage for 3,000 that you would have for a 2,000 account. So if you can manage that extra 1,000, it makes a lot of sense. If you can get in at that $3,000 level, I mean, some people would be able to get in at more because they'd be able to take several different packages out. You can have at the moment a maximum of 7, but that $200,000 account will produce. I have the figures here somewhere. Yeah, you'd be looking at around 2,400 as a sort of minimum monthly payment from getting set up with that $200,000 account, which costs you 3,000. That's your net take-home pay, if you like, because the income is more than that, but you have to pay fees on bits and pieces and things. So your net take-home pay, you're looking at pushing 2,500 and possibly a bit more. So you're getting close to break even in your first full month, but you've got a couple of weeks to get that funding organised. So we're looking at 6 weeks at the $2,000 level to almost get you fully paid out. You might be a little bit short, and that's why I'm looking at say 6 to 10 weeks for people that come in at 3,000, and then for life you've got $2,500 a month. That is an amazing investment. If you get in at the $2,000 level, your net take-home pay, if you like, is around about $1,200 because you've got less leverage there. So it's going to take you a little bit longer to break even. You know, you're looking, instead of looking at 6 to 10 weeks, you're looking at 10 to 14 weeks. If you're only at the 100K funded account, which costs you 2,000. So even though you put in less, it takes you longer to get it back. And of course, your monthly income after that is still very good. You know, you put in a one-time 2,000, then you get in 1,200, 1,500 out of it for life. But if you compare it to the value that you get for 3,000, that extra 1,000, if you can manage it, it's worth a stretch to get in there. And I think once we get people into both Vortic and Incomation, the financial worries are over. We will still look for more income streams. You'll be having, you know, probably 5,000 or more a month in income from those very easily, and it means that we can look at other income streams and look for ones that we think are good. I think CoinMarketBull is good, but we don't know. I mean, we don't know about anything really, but I think, you know, the two bankers are Vortic and Incomation. But you look at CoinMarketBull and you can say, okay, let's put some money into there, follow the rules, don't put in more than you can afford to lose. You'll probably be able to afford more than you want to put in. because you'll have these other two bankers paying you out. But let's suppose you just take it steady. Don't get greedy. Put in a certain amount, get your seed capital out, and then build it, compound it, and then start pulling bits and pieces out of that. And we'll find that we'll have a lot of plants that we'll get into and we'll get our money out of, and we'll make a little bit, and maybe it'll disappear and it won't go. And we'll have one or two plans that we'll put our money in, and we won't be able to get our seed capital out before it goes. But the losses we have will be far, far more than compensated by the two bankers, because we play it canny. We play it with a little bit of nous and without greed. So we get into things, we see how they go, we get our money out, and we build and we build, and we then start compounding and drawing. So it's all extra income, and when we will find other streams that will be very good. I'm very optimistic about CoinMarketCap. I think it's a good plan. They've got the site working really well now. I'm optimistic about AAS. I'm not so optimistic about Doubler, although I've been working with Rebecca today. Spent a lot of time trying to get things sorted out there, particularly on one account. We don't know where the money's gone. The blockchain shows that it's left an account and it's gone to an account. And the blockchain does. But the account it's gone to, and I've seen Rebecca's account, and it's not there. So I don't know what's happened. I've never known anything like it ever. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I've been on to them asking if there's a possibility that it could have gone into another wallet. For example, in Binance, you have several different wallets. They're the same address. So if somebody sends you Bitcoin, for example, it can usually appear in your, they call it a fiat and spot wallet, or spot and fiat wallet, or something like that. And that's where normally it would go. But if it's an internal transfer, it doesn't show up in there. It goes into what they call the funding wallet, for whatever reason, best known to Binance. So internal transfers go into that funding wallet. So you don't see them. So you think, where's that? And that happened to me when we started. I was getting people saying they'd sent me money. I couldn't find it. It wasn't there. And I got on to Binance. I said, what's going on? So that sort of thing can happen. But I've been on to Rebecca's organization, and they have two wallets, but they're both shown side by side, and the funds that come in, whether it's an internal transfer or an external transfer, go into the same wallet anyway. And they're definitely not in Rebecca's wallet. It's not a fortune. It's $130, I think. 127. It was sent in New Zealand dollars. It was 180 New Zealand dollars, and I think that came out at about 127. But we can't find it. But the blockchain says it's gone. It's gone from that account. The lady knows that it's gone out of her account. It's disappeared. The tracking for it shows that it's gone, and it's gone into this other, but it's not in that account. So I don't know what's happened. We've spent a lot of time on that and various other things, and it's still not got resolved. But Rebecca is working through things. Whether or not Double Up is going to prove to be reliable in the future, I've no idea. But I'm skeptical about it anyway. Let's put it that way. But CoinMarketCap funds, AAS, on top of those two bankers, I think are good, solid plans. And I think most people will make money out of them all. There are others. We're looking constantly for plans that you can get involved in at low cost for many of our members that you know, $10 is a lot of money to some of our members. So we're constantly looking at things that will work and are low cost. There is one that's been suggested and apparently it's been around since 1991, but I've not had the time to check on that and see if that is genuine information or not. And that one I think is $10. You can get into for $10. So we're constantly looking and seeing what we can do. But it's exciting times, and we're getting stable, and we're getting to be a little bit more understanding of how and where to place our bets, if you like, to get the best results. Richard says that seems to be the same issue I'm having with a Bitcoin payment disappearing. Maybe I don't know. I know I've seen you mention this and put your tracking of things in, but there's something going wrong somewhere. The transfer from this lady in New Zealand was not sent to the address that we have in our group there, which is the address. But she did contact Rebecca, and she was given this other address, and that is a valid address. And that was Rebecca, and it has gone to that address, but it. I don't know where the hell it is. It's got to be there somewhere. It's got to be. The blockchain doesn't lie. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not a detective, and I'm certainly not an expert in crypto either. But I spent a lot of time on it, and I can't track it down, and I can't find any explanation for it either. As I say, I'm no expert. We need somebody that is more acquainted with the blockchain, perhaps, to say, okay, we know how to find this and we can do it. And of course, you need the cooperation from the recipient as well. So it's a difficult situation. Okay, but that is what I've been up to today. I did get the page finished for Incomation. I've not yet joined Incomation. It is my intention to do so. It will cost about $3,000, and we don't have that in floating cash at the moment. If we get some of these other plans paying out, then I'll be able to divert some funds into Incomation, because it just makes sense. And you can start with the one plan, and I think that is the prudent thing to do. I know some people have been getting in at the higher levels. The maximum plans at the moment is 7, 3 with one company, 3 with another, and 1 with another. And once you get to build up to 7, of course, you're looking at $14,000 or $15,000 a month, totally passive, doing nothing income. Really, very, very solid and safe. There's always a risk with anything, but the risk is so minimal with Incomation from everything that's been done, and the track record and the logistics behind it, that I think it's something that everybody should get into, as well as Vortic. I think those two plans should be really used by everyone, because they're life changing. Not immediately, depending on what you're starting with, of course. I mean, some people we I know there are people that have got into Vortic with over $10,000. Not in our group, but I know in some of the groups that are out there. We have one person in our group that got in with 10 grand. They did a sort of family collective on it and got in. But most of ours are little accounts. There are one or two that are a bit bigger, but the people with the small accounts, it takes time. It'll take time to build up. You've got to keep compounding at every opportunity. Compound until you get to a stage where your weekly income is adequate to continue compounding and you can still draw some funds out. And gradually the amount of funds you'll be able to draw out will increase and your compounding will increase and it'll go that way. But to start with, you've got to just put the time and effort and patience, whatever you want to call it, into compounding to build your account. Because you don't have to bother with that with information, but you've got to come up with a bigger sum of cash up front. You can pay with a credit card, you can use crypto. So there are options there, but you still have to have sufficient credit to do that. Once upon a time, it would have been no problem for me, and I would have loaned it in to We Share Abundance and then taken it out. But my credit's all maxed out anyway now, so we'll get in there in the near future. We'll try and get some of these other plans paying out. Okay, that's it, I think, and I don't have any questions that I can see there. I'm just going to check in the Melon app now. See if I know we've got Lewis in from Portugal. He was in at about 10 to 7. Let's have a look. Scrolling down. See if we've got any other people in on YouTube. We've got Ogunyinka in. I'm guessing from Nigeria, but I don't know. He's in from YouTube, isn't it? That little thing, that red thing. That's it. Okay, there's nothing there. Get out there and chase happiness. How do you chase happiness? Be of loving service to other people. Go the extra mile. Do whatever you can for whoever you can. Without the thought of reward, it'll change your life for the better. Until tomorrow, I'll be here, same time, same place, 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance publicly. Until then, go the extra mile. Give away some of those soap coupons. Share love and abundance. And I'll see you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the